So this is my every morning walk. I drink my coffee and walk around and check all my plants in the garden. It's so peaceful. Hear the neighbor's rooster crowing, and then mine usually starts crowing. Rooster Trump, but he hasn't yet, surprisingly. I tried videoing all this and having music, and I don't know. I'm all new to this, so the music kept saying copyrighted, so I thought, well, I'll go ahead and just video and talk. I don't really like to try to talk on it, but this has turned out so nice. My colias in it, and I put a bunch of different vines in it, and they're just so pretty. So pretty. My azalea hasn't bloomed yet. And there's my rooster Trump. So they just go back and forth. Asters. I think I read though in the fall the asters really bloom. So I'm hoping pretty soon they'll start blooming a lot because they haven't put off a big show yet. More vines. Looking so nice. So pretty. So pretty. And petunias. More asters. Used to have a chipmunk in there. I haven't seen it for a while, but made a little home for it. Oh my, there's a cobweb. Spiderweb going across. More pansies. And a nice rock. I love my rocks. I actually got these off the side of the road. Be driving and say, stop, let's see the rocks, let's grab a rock. Love my rocks. Marigolds I planted back in, I actually planted them into this pot because what was in it was dying. So I grabbed these out of my garden because my tomatoes, I put a bunch of marigolds seeds all around in the inside of them, and marigolds just went crazy. Because I read up that's an Amish thing to deter bugs, and it seems like it really works, other than I still would get worms. So I guess it don't work for that. Maybe I don't have enough, I'm not sure. All these I did from seed, and I can't wait to do more from seed. If I remember right, this was candy cane senior, or I can't remember. Let me see if I put a thing down here. Usually I put lupine. That's not right. Okay. My name tags I put in there because I can't ever remember. More colias. Do those from seed. I had so many of those. If you looked at any of my previous videos, this was nothing but grass. Oh, so pretty. Always have projects. Always do projects. Yes, they're a lot of work, but we all know as gardeners, we love it. The outcome, oh my gosh. Just seeing the transformation. Like this, when we moved here, this was here, this bush, and the bush up front, and then this grass, which I think it's maiden grass. I have to use my Plant Parent app. I love the Plant Parent app. It helps identify plants. Was that the sweet potato vine? The potato vine? The first time I've actually planted those, and gosh, that wasn't even like 3 weeks ago, and look at it. Those are pretty. Did those from seed, and they're doing so good. Lavender's looking kind of rough. Yeah, it's looking kind of rough. I think I need to transplant it and put it in the ground for the fall, so then it can start spreading more and maybe getting maybe getting root bound. And of course my creeping Jenny. I love my creeping Jenny. Oh, look at that right there. Oh, I love the creeping Jenny. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. It just like overflows in a fountain. Oh. My goal was to fill this up with plants, and I never did get to it. I put bricks in there to kind of have this pot up a little, so these plants kind of look like it's overflowing out of it. Did it for the most part. No, those aren't concrete. My husband painted them. They were brown and they kind of blended too much into the house, so now they stand out and they actually look concrete, but they're plastic. And it looks so nice. If you notice, I like that vintage, not that vintage, sorry, the Tuscany European kind of look. I just love that. And of course, all these statues I get. More marigold, took out of the garden. And the neighbor's kids are already out. It's only a little after 8. More seeds. I planted in, kind of deadhead those, and they're just now blooming. And this is what, August 30th? More marigolds. They got huge. Look at that. Out in the garden, so I pulled them out and put them in pots. And more. Oh, so pretty, so pretty, so pretty. And then the dichondra I put. Oh, it's doing so good too, and I would love to have it all the way down here. That'll be next year's project, because this took actually quite a while to get to this point. It really did. Love my statues. A lot of the statues I get at an auction, because statues are expensive. But I go to this one auction, and oh my gosh, I snag them all the time at the auction. You get them for not even half the price of what you would pay if you went to a store and got them. All my house plants, well, those are begonias, right? So of course when it gets cold I gotta bring all those in, and it's gonna be nice and crowded all over in the house. But I put them out here and they look so nice. These bushes, gosh, they looked dead when we first moved in. That was over, what, a year and a half ago. I really didn't think that they would come back, but oh my gosh. Trimmed them up, gave them some fertilizer, and look at that. If I remember right, Japanese type of like holly kind of thing. And oh my gosh, these things hurt. You gotta be careful if you're around them and pruning those. I mean, look at that. Those is like, it's like a needle. They hurt. That plant's not doing well. Some of the plants, like this one, I don't know if it's, I might as well just pull it, but I've kind of neglected it. That one's doing good, and that's the same type. I need to do my plant parent. I can't remember what that was either. More marigolds. That one's actually doing healthy. I think that's either a carnation or a dianthus. I can't remember. And I put tons, oh gosh, what, 7 plants of these assorted vines, and oh my gosh, look at it. Oh, they're finally blooming. I had to thin out the leaves. I mean, this was just covered with leaves. So I went in and thinned them out, and now actually some flowers are showing. And that finally is doing good. My hydrangea, I think, again, I need to start identifying and putting labels in. I think that's the oak leaf, which means that, gosh, it might be too big and too close. Too close to the fence. I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up. And then planted all these crepe myrtles. They're so pretty. Oh, and of course, squirrels digging around them. Good gracious. But they're doing so good. They're doing so good. Sales at the end of the season. Sales at the end of the season. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. That now says that that is a Rose of Sharon, but it's some kind of hibiscus. This is another project to make a parking. Husband has to finish that up. There was nothing here either when we moved in a year and a half ago, and put in some stones, made it a flower bed, put in lots of hostas. But then that side, the sun makes it too, I think it's too hot, and they start burning their leaves. So, I don't know what he'll do on that side, but he's got some of this in. He put in the little arch, which I'm thinking of. I put English ivy at the bottom, but I'm thinking about putting the roses. Maybe if they'll climb, because now we have a lot more sun since we had the tree trimmers come in and lift up the tree, like cut the sides, the bottom branches, so it made it a lot more sun in here. There's a lot of dead. There was. Got some stones. Husband put in a walkway. And there's some more marigolds. Those marigolds just went crazy, so I've been popping them in everywhere since some of my plants didn't do so good since, I guess they're at the end of their life. And there's more of my creeping Jenny. I thought it was so pretty up here for the parking spot, having all this, just, it's so pretty. Of course, I'll get more since he just finished this like a week ago. Those, gosh, what are those petunias? Oh, I'm going to have to go around and identify all these. That one's doing really well, and the flowers should be coming soon. Going into September, but I know some things can work, like bloom. Mums, they survived from last year. They're doing good. Lots of ferns I put in. So we're zone 7. And I had to find a fern that I wanted to come back every year, because I want a lot of perennials where I don't have to constantly be planting. So these actually are Japanese painted ferns, and they go, I think, -20, so they'll actually come back, and next year I'm hoping they'll come back a lot bigger. But I put them around this oak tree and another bed we made, and then all the boxwoods I planted again last year at the end of year sales, and those are green mountains. They're supposed to do more of a cone shape, but you know, you can make them a square shape if you just make them straight on the top. So three bird baths. Whoops, I want to get the vehicles in the picture. My husband made this because we moved in, people didn't know they had a septic, so no one knew where it was. And looky there, there's the lid. We had to have that installed, the lid, because there wasn't even a lid to it. A septic in the front of the yard, which is interesting, but we had that, so we wanted to cover it so you wouldn't see it. So that is the front area. Can't wait to do lots more. Lots more. So until the next videos, I don't really like to talk on these, but I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and walk around and talk because I can't figure out the music, and I just wanted to show how big of a transformation all this is. Just love it. So until next time, bye.